Hi, this is Sophie, and I am taking $500 and turning it into $1 million in 1 year, and I am taking you along on the journey. And as you know, I've been doing this with trading cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, and all of that good stuff. But I've been sharing with you at least the first 6 weeks. I was sharing with you my progress and everything. And I stopped for a while, so I apologize for that. It was starting to get a little bit boring because it was always the same. So I took a little bit of time to really think about what it was that I wanted to share with you next so I could be the best contribution to your wealth. So here it goes. What I decided to do today is basically share with you the basics of cryptocurrencies, how to make money with it, where are the risks, because everybody talks about risk with crypto, and what to do to actually make money without risking anything. So here we go. The first thing you need to know is that there are several ways to make money, and the way that most people do is they buy cryptocurrency that they believe is going to go into the future, and they hold it. And what we've seen is, in average, every coin has a good 30 to 100% growth in the year. So yeah, I'm not joking. These are actual percentage, and I'm not going to say every coin, but most coins will have that kind of return. So if that's what you're looking for, then go ahead and purchase those coins that you know are stable. And there are about 10, I would say maybe 15 stable coins. So you can purchase those and just hold on to them. And maybe you can add more money if you want and just hold on to them, and you will see your capital grow. And this is a really great way of making a lot of money in a shorter amount of time than you would with traditional investments, but not really risking much. And that's holding or holding for dear life, but it's really just investing and waiting. Okay, so that's number one. And I'm not gonna lie, about 50% of my portfolio, I'm just holding on to it. The other 50%, I do swing trades. So I don't do day trades. Sometimes I'll do 1 or 2 day trades. A day trade is when you buy something in the morning and then you sell it a little bit later for profit. A swing trade is where you buy something at a certain price and you wait for maybe 20-30% growth, and then you sell it then. So it could be 2 days, 3 days, it could be 2 months. I've had some coins that took 2 months, but usually it's a few days. And so what I do is I just reinvest that into another coin, and that's how my money grows. So those are the different ways that you can invest in cryptocurrencies. Now, I know that every single country in the world has their own regulation around cryptocurrencies. So you really need to figure out for yourself, for your country, what is allowed and what is not allowed. So for instance, in the United States, it's not that leverage is not allowed. So I'll explain what leverage is in a minute, but it's not that leverage is not allowed. It's just restricted to certain companies. So you can only use leverage with companies that have proven to be stable to the government, and they have to have a license. If you don't do that, if you use a company that's not allowed, you may eventually be penalized or be fined for it. Okay, so leverage is something that I personally have not started doing yet. As you know, I'm not even 3 months into trading cryptocurrencies. I have tripled, I think more than tripled, almost quadrupled my original $500, but I have not used leverage, meaning that I've only used my own money and nobody else's money. Leverage is when you kind of borrow money from the organization, the company, the business that you're using leverage with. And then when you make profit, you give them a share, of course. But if you don't make profit, then they take your money. They get their money reimbursed no matter what. Okay, so that's where the risk is. And yeah, leverage is a little too scary for me. So I felt that I needed to really learn to trade properly before I was using leverage. the luxury that I have, because I don't use leverage, because I only use my own money, is I can wait. I can wait 2 months, I can wait 6 months for the money to go back up if for some reason the money that I've invested goes down. When you use leverage, you are limited because the longer you wait, the more you owe to the organization. So that's another risk that you have. Okay, so I'm trying to explain this, and I'm sure you all will have lots of questions, and you feel free to ask me the questions below. Okay, so those are the two things that I really wanted to cover today. What else? Okay, there are every week, almost every day, I would say, there is a new coin or a new token. Yes, there's a difference between a coin and a token, and that's a little technical, so I may not cover that today. But there are new coins, new tokens available, and it is almost a privilege, just like stock market, to buy it at the beginning, right at the beginning, or before even it goes public. So be investor before it goes public. And then of course, when you do that, then you have more chances of the price going up really high. And in cryptocurrencies, it's not uncommon that your investment is multiplied by 2, 5, 10, 20, 100 within a few weeks or a few months of buying a coin or a token at the beginning. But there's also the chance that it does not go anywhere. In fact, some coins or tokens were not stable, and it is known that in cryptocurrencies, a lot of the projects actually don't pan out, and so the money you invest is lost. Okay, let's talk about the volatility of the cryptocurrency market, because that is probably the reason why most people don't get involved, because we get really big highs, but we also get really big lows. So for instance, in the last few weeks, actually in the last 3 days, Bitcoin lost about 20% of its value. So it's, it's not really scary, at least to me, and I'll explain why, but it's not for the faint of heart, because some days you're going up and it's amazing, and some days you're going down and you just have to deal with it. But I always say you have to have a really great mindset before you start working with cryptocurrencies. So here it goes. My mindset is this: goes up, awesome, I make money. It goes down, no problem, I'll wait, and then when it's really down, I'll buy. Because if I have invested in coins that have been on the market for a while, or in cryptocurrencies that have been in the market for a while, I know it's going to go back up. So if I wait for it to be really, really low, then I can buy, and then I can make a profit, even if it's a small profit, but it most likely will be a big profit. Okay, so volatility is a good thing, and we want volatility, because if we do not have volatility, and I'm going to spell the word in this video because I know my accent always confuses people, but if we do not have that, we really could not make money with cryptocurrencies. So you want that volatility, and you just need to not freak out when the price goes down. Even if you're heavily invested, some people are going to basically they do something called stop loss. So if they have a leverage, if they use leverage, then it cannot go too low, and if it goes just a little bit lower, then they're going to sell, right? So like I see people putting a stop loss at 3, 4, 5% below the price that they've paid. That way, that's the only amount that they lose, which is a great strategy. I don't use leverage, so I don't need this right now, but it's a good thing. So do not freak out if the price goes down. Do not freak out. Do not freak out. Now, there is an expression that you're going to hear a lot if you start investing in cryptocurrency, and that is bull market versus bear market. Okay. And basically a bull goes all the way up. It just goes up. And a bear goes down, which actually I believe comes from stock market. There are some people that are saying we are in a bull market, and eventually the bull market is going to become a bear market. And I'm not saying they're wrong. It's very possible. What I wish people would understand is that in the past, when they were bull and bear markets, institutions were not so involved. Today, we have big institutions that have a lot of money in the market. And we all know that the market is heavily manipulated, either by institutions, companies, or big investors. And that's okay. And that's all okay. It's part of the game. Don't start being like, oh, it's manipulated. There's no way. No, just don't. Don't go there. But here's my take on the bear market. Yes, I do believe that maybe in the fall or toward the fall of 2021 or maybe early 2022, because people don't agree, we will see a decline in most coins prices, and maybe making as much money as we've made the last few months may not be happening. It's possible. However, this is where you need to stay aware of where your money is and what your money is doing. So this is definitely not something that I would just leave and not look at. This is something that I'm going to be looking at, I myself, every day. But if you don't want every day, at least every other day, even several times a day. We have tons and tons of apps, and you don't even have to open your own account to see what's happening. You can open public platforms that there's no risk to open on your phone, and you can look at what's going on before you make a decision. But I would say, why risk it? Stay aware. So in cryptocurrencies, if you do not want to look at what's happening, yeah, you may actually lose money because things are happening, things are going up and down. But if you're willing to stay aware and look at things, even 1 or twice a day, you will catch it. And if you catch it, you either can get out or you can take advantage of another opportunity. So that's the key for me, is to be aware. Be patient, don't freak out, and have a good mindset. The good mindset is it will all be okay. Eventually, you'll make your money back. Eventually, it will go back up, and you will be even richer because of everything you've learned by whatever happened. That's my take on it. So those are the basics of cryptocurrency. If you want more of those basics, I am happy to share with you. Please let me know in the comment section, and I'll see you soon.